Close your eyes. Let the weight of the day loosen its hold. Feel the breath entering softly through your nose and leaving. Slower this time. The air that leaves you does not vanish. It drifts outward, joining the endless hush that surrounds everything. Somewhere beyond the thin veil of your thoughts, night begins to bloom. It unfolds like ink spilled across the horizon, swallowing color, swallowing noise. Yet this darkness is not empty. It is alive, breathing, expanding, whispering through the folds of space. You may imagine it now, stretching beyond the last sound of your heartbeat, a vast ocean of black velvet, rippling with silent light. Stars shimmer beneath its surface like schools of silver fish, drifting in slow motion. They do not burn here. They shimmer, pulse, and rest, ancient souls learning to sleep again. Listen closely. There is no rush, no need to hold anything together. Every thought you carry today, every word, every face begins to dissolve. Like salt in deep water, you are floating. There is no direction, no weight, only the quiet rhythm of the cosmos breathing with you. In the deep blue of this infinite sea, a soft glow hums beneath your eyelids. That light is not separate from you. It is what remains when all else has quieted. You are the light and the darkness that cradles it. You are the small, shimmering echo between galaxies. Let yourself be carried. Let the gravity of the stars draw you deeper, slower. The night wraps around you like warm silk. It hums in a pitch so low you can only feel it, in the pulse of your fingertips, in the rise of your chest. Nothing is expected of you here. No one is watching. The universe does not ask you to understand. It only asks you to rest, to close your eyes, and trust that you are held in something vast and kind. The darkness is not the end of the light. It is its cradle. Every star you have ever seen was born from it and will return to it, just as you, too, return now. So breathe, and as you do, imagine your breath stretching outward, touching the soft edges of infinity. The universe sighs back, and for a moment, everything is still, perfectly still, because night is not the absence of life, it is the beginning of silence. And silence is where everything begins again. You are floating now. The breath that once belonged to your body drifts farther away, softer with each exhale. Weight unravels itself from your bones. Gravity loosens its fingers. There is no ground beneath you, only a slow, endless rising, as though the sky has turned into water and is carrying you gently upward. Below, the earth fades into a memory of color. The blues grow deeper, the greens dissolve, until what remains is only the thin, silver curve of a sleeping world. You watch it from above, not as a stranger, but as one who finally understands that leaving is also a form of returning. The air grows thinner here, cool and light. You can almost hear the hum that lives between atoms, a low vibration, ancient and kind. It is the sound of space breathing. It calls to you in waves, folding around your heartbeat, guiding you beyond the sky. You pass through a veil of silence. Clouds become ribbons of mist. The atmosphere, a sheer fabric that parts for you like a dream. In that moment, you are neither body nor thought. You are movement itself, pure, unbound, drifting towards something vast and luminous. Behind you, the noise of the world recedes into a single distant note. Ahead, there is the shimmer of starlight, faint at first, then gathering, a constellation forming just for you. Each point of light flickers like a heartbeat waiting to be known. They are not foreign, they are familiar, like the faces of dreams you've forgotten and are just beginning to remember. The door between two worlds is not made of matter. It is a threshold of quiet, where breath becomes wind and thought becomes distance. Step through it, not with your feet, but with your surrender. Let go of what you were, so you may drift toward what you have always been. The hum grows deeper, enveloping. It is the lullaby of the cosmos, vast, patient, unhurried. Somewhere within it, a tone glows warmer, golden. It pulses, calling your name not with sound, but with light. You turn toward it, and for the first time, you see it, a single beam trembling across the darkness, fragile yet infinite, reaching out to meet you. It does not blind, it invites. The first light, waiting just beyond the horizon of your dream. So drift closer. You have crossed the door now. Behind you, Earth sleeps in silence. Before you, the stars are stirring in their own slow dawn. And somewhere among them, the first star is waking, its breath ready, its glow soft as morning. The light ahead waits for you. It always has. And it whispers, "Come closer." The first light is waiting. Somewhere in the hush of the cosmic sea, a single star is breathing. Its light shivers, a pulse, a heartbeat of fire suspended in an ocean without shore. It does not yet know what it is. It only burns, simply, earnestly, like a thought that has just learned to exist. Each inhale draws the dust of creation inward. Each exhale sends ribbons of gold across the darkness. Around it, space stirs, tender and awake. The newborn star hums in rhythm with everything that has ever lived. Galaxies, atoms, the soft rise of a sleeping chest far away on Earth. The first breath is a tremor, a fragile declaration against silence. Then comes another, and another. The soundless roar of becoming. You can feel it if you listen closely, the trembling of raw life at its brightest, its most unguarded. There is no fear here, no hesitation, only the pure insistence of being. The young star blazes with the hunger of all beginnings. It stretches, expanding its lungs of flame, painting arcs of light across the night. Colors bloom around it, amber, ivory, a faint blush of blue, like petals opening from within the void. The star is young, and in its youth, there is courage. The wild belief that its fire can reach every corner of darkness. Imagine that heat, not searing, but alive. It hums with joy, with discovery. Every flicker is a thought racing outward, every flare a whisper to the infinite. I am here, I am alive. And the universe listens, smiling in its silence. You drift closer, and the rhythm of the star begins to merge with your breath. Inhale, the glow swells. Exhale, the glow softens. It breathes with you, and you with it. Two hearts pulsing in the different kinds of time. Within that light is the echo of all youth, the restless yearning to touch what lies beyond reach, the curiosity that burns brighter than fear. The young star dances in its solitude, unaware of endings, of limits. It burns because it must, because that is what it means to be alive in the beginning. For a moment, it feels eternal. Its fire unfurls like a song that will never fade, a note held across eons. But even now, within the beauty of its blaze, there is a whisper, faint, hidden, the soft promise that one day, even this flame will need to rest. Not yet, not now. Now it shines, full, unbroken, magnificent. The darkness around it glows in quiet admiration, each particle of dust illuminated by its breath. This is the youth of the cosmos, fierce, radiant, unafraid of its own brilliance. So let yourself breathe with it. Feel the rhythm of creation. Inhale the warmth. Exhale the light. For in this moment, you and the star are the same. Two sparks learning how to shine before the night calls them home. And as the universe watches, the young star exhales once more, a long, shimmering sigh of gold, and the darkness trembles in awe. The young star begins to tire. Its fire, once fierce and unrestrained, now flickers with a slower rhythm, still beautiful, still alive, but softened, like a heartbeat, learning to rest. The flames that once leapt wildly now move with grace, folding into themselves, breathing in shorter sighs of light. Around it, the universe watches in silence. The galaxies that once echoed its song now hum in lower tones, as if whispering to it, "It's all right. You have shone enough." The star listens, uncertain at first. For all its life, it has only known how to burn. To slow down feels like surrender. Yet something in that surrender feels gentle, even kind. The light dims slightly, becoming warmer, more golden. The sharp edges of its glow soften into a haze that seems to comfort the darkness rather than defy it. This is not the collapse of a flame. It is its deep breath before sleep. Every pulse, every flare stretches a little longer now, like the final notes of a song fading into stillness. You can almost feel it. The shift, the moment when energy turns into memory. The star is no longer fighting the dark. It is beginning to understand that the dark is not an enemy. It is a place to rest, a place that receives what the light gives. The dance between brightness and shadow has always been this. One leans forward, the other catches it tenderly. Inside its heart, reactions slow. The once frantic motion of atoms easing into a patient rhythm. It's as if the star is learning to listen to itself, to the silence between its own pulses. It realizes that the purpose of shining was never to conquer the dark, but to illuminate it just long enough to see how vast and kind it truly is. There is a beauty in exhaustion, a holiness in letting go. The star glows with that serenity now, shedding its urgency like dust drifting away on a slow tide. It knows, perhaps for the first time, that eternity is not endless burning, but the acceptance of cycles, the inhale and exhale of being. Its warmth reaches you even here, across distances beyond measure. It touches the edge of your awareness like the last warmth of sunset on closed eyelids. It tells you without words, you are allowed to rest. You are allowed to slow down. And something deep within you listens, something that, like the star, has been burning for too long. The universe hums a lullaby. The young star's glow becomes steady, quiet, tender. Its heat no longer roars, it whispers. The darkness leans closer, wrapping it in calm. This is not an ending. It is a pause, the sacred stillness between one breath and the next, the moment where creation exhales and the cosmos remembers that silence, too, is a kind of light. And so the star rests, its brilliance subdued but not gone, a single ember glowing at the heart of infinity. Learning that to last forever, one must sometimes stop reaching and simply be. The star is quiet now. Its glow, once radiant and proud, has softened into a pulse as gentle as breath. Each flicker grows slower, fainter, not in fear, but in peace. It is as if the star is closing its eyes, not to disappear, but to dream. The space around it deepens. The light that once painted the dark now lingers only at its edges, trembling like candlelight in a windless room. Time itself seems to hold its breath, unwilling to disturb the moment. There is no sound, only the faint vibration of something vast and tender preparing to rest. The star exhales, and the last waves of its warmth drift outward, traveling through the Black Sea. They stretch across light years, touching the dust of ancient comets, the sleeping faces of distant moons. Its final sigh becomes a whisper of heat, a memory that will wander through space long after the source has gone still. You can feel that whisper, a faint hum beneath everything, a vibration that passes through your ribs and settles quietly in your chest. It is not sorrow, it is continuity, a reminder that nothing truly ends. It only changes shape, softens, becomes a new beginning wearing the face of stillness. The star's heart slows. Inside, the wild dance of particles grows calm. The once violent fusion of energy settles into a tranquil equilibrium. If you could listen closely, you would hear it. The sound of a heartbeat easing into silence, a flame folding into itself. The darkness draws closer, not as a conqueror, but as a cradle. It gathers the fading light, wrapping it in endless night, rocking it gently in the lullaby of gravity. Every star that ever lived has found this moment, this slow surrender into the arms of the void. There is a strange grace in it, a beauty too quiet for words. The last shimmer fades. A single breath, slow, long, luminous, escapes into the emptiness. Then, even that breath is gone. The star sleeps. But the universe does not mourn. It listens. In that listening, it hears the echo of what remains, the hum of memory, the trace of radiance woven into the silence. The heat that left the star will soon find new homes, in the dust, in the light of future worlds, in the spark of new beginnings. And so the cosmos continues to breathe, carrying with it the soft afterglow of what once burned so fiercely. The darkness, full and velvet, is not emptiness. It is the deep rest between heartbeats, the pause before another creation stirs. For a long moment, there is only stillness, a silence so complete it becomes music, a peace so vast it feels like forever. And within that forever, the star dreams, not of burning, nor of fading, but of being part of everything again. The light has closed its eyes, and the universe, in perfect understanding, closes its own. Silence unfolds, vast, weightless, and whole. The star has gone quiet, and the space it once filled with brilliance now breathes in perfect calm. No flicker remains, no echo of flame, only the lingering warmth of what was once alive. It is not absence, it is completion. The universe pauses here, suspended between exhale and inhale, between what has ended and what has not yet begun. You drift in that stillness. The place where the star once burned glows faintly, like the memory of light behind closed eyes. Particles shimmer in the dark, fragments of radiance too small to see, yet too infinite to lose. They dance without movement, a quiet rhythm of becoming. Everything feels slower, gentler, as if time itself has lowered its voice. You are moving, though you cannot feel it. There is no up, no down, only the deep pull of something unseen, a gravity made of peace. It carries you away from the sleeping star, not as escape, but as continuation. You are part of its breath now, part of the dust it has left behind. Behind you, the star dreams in silence. Ahead, the darkness thickens, not with fear, but with possibility. It is a canvas waiting for light, for form, for life to be painted upon it once more. Somewhere far ahead, faint ripples shimmer, like mist rising over a new dawn. Listen, there, a hum, so soft it feels imagined. It is not the song of the living star, but the murmuring of what remains. Motes of dust, drifting, gathering, whispering to one another in the language of creation. They carry within them the memory of fire, the warmth, the rhythm, the story. And even now, they are beginning to move again. The final stillness is not a grave. It is the soil of the cosmos. Every death here is a seed. Every silence holds the outline of something waiting to bloom. As you float through the remains of the light, you can sense it, the delicate swirl of dust forming around invisible hands. The first sketch of a nebula being drawn by gravity's slow, loving pull. It is gentle, almost shy, as if the universe itself is taking a breath before whispering again. You drift farther, carried by invisible tides. The glow behind you fades until it is only a memory, and before you stretches an endless field of soft, silver mist, the birthplace of new stars, the quiet cradle of the future. You are leaving, but not alone. Every particle that brushes against your skin carries the history of the one who slept. You are wrapped in its remnants, the dust of courage, the ash of beauty, the eternal truth that nothing ever truly disappears. The silence deepens, rich and tender. The void begins to shimmer, and from that shimmer, the faintest light begins to rise, not fire, not flame, but dust awakening into song. From death, the star's breath becomes wind again. From the quiet, stardust begins to fly, and you follow, gently, endlessly, toward the nebula that waits beyond. You drift through the quiet, and the darkness begins to change. It thins, not into emptiness, but into something soft, translucent, alive. A haze gathers around you, faint at first, like the breath of the morning fog. Then it deepens, glowing faintly blue, a tide of luminous mist swirling in slow motion. You have entered the nebula, a sea of sleeping light. It stretches without horizon, a vast ocean of silver smoke and azure flame. Everywhere around you, the dust of old stars drifts like gentle snowfall, catching fragments of radiance and scattering them into shimmering clouds. It is not cold here, nor warm. It simply is, a weightless cradle where all beginnings are still possible. The mist folds and unfolds, brushing against you like silk, curling in spirals that seem to breathe. It moves as though it remembers music, following a rhythm you can almost hear, a slow pulse rising and falling, like the inhalation of the cosmos itself. Each swirl glows faintly at its edges, soft blue melting into violet, violet into pale white. The colors blend without border, whispering of things being born. You can feel yourself dissolving into it. The boundaries of your body blur, then vanish. You are not separate from the mist. You are the mist, a drifting thread of consciousness tangled within the light. The more you try to define where you end and it begins, the more the question itself fades. There is only motion, gentle and endless, and the sweet surrender of belonging to something vast and nameless. Tiny sparks shimmer in the haze, flecks of energy, flickering on and off like thoughts passing through the mind of the universe. They brush against you, leaving trails of luminescence that ripple outward before dissolving again. Each spark feels alive, playful, curious, like an idea just beginning to take shape. They whisper in colors, not words. Remember us. We are what comes next. Deeper within the nebula, the light thickens. It swirls into folds and veils, forming cathedrals of smoke and starlight. Here, the universe feels intimate, not distant, not unreachable, but breathing beside you. Its voice is silence, yet the silence sings. It hums through your chest, a tone you can feel more than hear. The sensation is neither falling nor flying. It is suspension, like a feather caught in the breath of a dream. You float through ribbons of turquoise and rose, each wave carrying you farther inward. Time becomes fluid, elastic. Minutes dissolve into eternity. Everywhere, the light breathes and rests, a cosmic heartbeat echoing the rhythm of sleep. You realize that this is how stars are born, not from fire, but from stillness, not from noise, but from surrender. The dust remembers its origin, and the light remembers its shape. In their union, new life begins. So drift softly through this ocean of azure light. Let your thoughts melt like the stars once did. You are safe here, weightless, infinite, unmade. And in the shimmering quiet of the nebula, you can almost hear the universe whisper, "Be still." You are becoming again. All around you, the mist begins to stir. What was once still now quivers, softly, curiously, as if the very dust is dreaming itself awake. Tiny motes of light drift together in quiet communion, colliding, separating, and finding one another again. They are not random. They move with the intuition of life, guided by some tender rhythm older than time. Each particle shimmers like a heartbeat, glowing faintly from within. They drift through the blue haze like seeds carried on invisible currents. You can almost feel their pulse brushing against your skin, a subtle vibration, warm and delicate, like breath against glass. It is as though the cosmos itself is exhaling, and these particles are its size given shape. One glows a little brighter, then dims. Another flares pink for a moment, a blush in the darkness, before merging with its neighbors. Together, they weave patterns unseen, spirals, ribbons, gentle arcs that fold into one another like the memory of music. There is no rush, no urgency. Creation, here, is not a command but a lullaby. They are dreaming, not in images or thoughts, but in motion, in the slow dance of potential becoming real. Every drift, every touch is a conversation of warmth. I remember you. We were once the same light, and from that memory, something stirs. The faint ache of rebirth. You watch as the clouds thicken, forming translucent waves that rise and fall with impossible grace. At their peaks, the light ripples, liquid gold spilling across indigo fog. Each droplet of brightness holds the echo of an ancient star, a spark carried forward from what once was. From the sleep of death, life begins again, shy but certain. The particles know this truth without language. Nothing ends, it only rests. They hum it softly as they move, the soundless chorus of eternal continuation. From one dream, another awakens. From one silence, another song begins. You can sense the warmth growing, faint but steady. The dust gathers, coalescing into threads that twist around each other. Gravity, that patient sculptor, begins its gentle work. In the stillness, a shape forms, delicate, luminous, incomplete but breathing, a promise of a star yet to come. You drift among them, weightless, and the air hums with newness. Every particle seems to notice you, brushing past, leaving trails of light across your awareness. They do not see you as separate. You are part of their dream, another note in their forming melody. And in that union, you feel a deep peace, the peace of belonging to a story that has no end. The nebula brightens from within, as though smiling. Colors bloom where none existed moments ago. Pale rose, silver blue, gold like dawn seen through water. All of it born from sleep, from silence, from the ashes of what once burned. This is the quiet miracle of becoming. From the old sleep, a new dream is born. From what has faded, something begins to breathe again. The universe turns softly in its rest, and the particles continue their dance, dreaming themselves into light, into form, into the next beginning. The nebula hums. At first, it is almost nothing, a faint vibration, more a feeling than a sound, like the echo of a sigh drifting through your bones. Then it deepens, spreading through the mist like ripples across still water. You do not hear it with your ears. You feel it everywhere, in your fingertips, your breath, the small quiet space between heartbeats. It is the music of dust, the oldest song in the universe. No words, no melody, only resonance, the slow, tender harmony of particles moving in unison. Each grain of stardust carries its own tone, a whisper of what it once was. Light, warmth, motion, memory. When they meet, their notes blend, forming chords of color and vibration that shimmer across the nebula. The sound is low, luminous, endless, the breath of the cosmos turning over in its sleep. You drift among the waves of it, weightless, your body dissolving into sound. Every exhale you take becomes part of the harmony, merging seamlessly with the hum that fills this infinite chamber of light. For a moment, there is no you, no it, only a vast breathing presence that sings itself into existence again and again. The song changes as you move deeper. It rises and falls in long, slow arcs, echoing like the tide. Sometimes it feels like the sound of wind across an unseen shore. Sometimes it feels like the heartbeat of something ancient, too large to name. There are higher tones now, soft, silver threads weaving through the deeper hum, like starlight caught in motion. Each one feels like a memory of joy, faint but eternal. The dust itself seems to respond to the music. You can see it shimmer, drawn into spirals that pulse in rhythm with the sound. The air vibrates with light. You can taste the metallic sweetness of creation on your tongue. Everything breathes together, the particles, the colors, your heartbeat, the endless space beyond. It is not a performance, it is communion. If you listen long enough, You realize that this song is not new. It is the same melody that has always been, the one sung when the first atoms joined hands, when the first star took its breath, when the universe first dreamed of itself. Every sound since then is only an echo of this one. Every silence is a pause between its verses. You let yourself drift with it, surrendering to the rhythm. It moves through you like wind through tall grass, brushing away the last fragments of thought. There is no need to speak, to reach, to understand. Here, in this ocean of light and sound, being is enough. The music slows, deepening into something almost indistinguishable from breath. The particles shimmer one last time before dimming into a calm, silvery haze. The sound does not end. It simply fades until it becomes the background of everything. And in that fading, you realize the universe never stops singing. It only changes its volume, whispering when the world grows tired, humming softly so that those who drift, like you, may find peace in the echo of its breath. The song fades into quiet. What remains is a long, slow breath, the universe inhaling after its melody, the nebula exhaling into stillness. Around you, the clouds begin to change. Their movement, once languid and free, now gathers direction as if guided by an unseen hand. The mists of light begin to swirl. At first, the motion is subtle, a graceful curve here, a ripple there, but soon it deepens, drawing the entire sea of color into a slow, spiraling dance. The blue and silver waves stretch outward, then pull inward, coiling into vast ribbons that twist toward a single point ahead. The nebula is folding in on itself, curling like a sigh returning to its source. You float closer without trying. The motion carries you effortlessly. The air thinning, the light condensing all around. The brilliance that once filled every corner begins to tighten, concentrate, compress into threads of fire. They gleam in the darkness like rivers of glass. You can feel the pull, not violent, not frightening, but irresistible. A gravity made of quiet invitation. The colors shift as you move nearer, turquoise into cobalt, cobalt into violet, violet into the deep black of ink. The transition feels like dusk, beautiful, inevitable. It is not a death of light, but its homecoming. You can sense it gathering its strength, preparing to cross some invisible threshold. Behind you, the nebula sighs one last time. Its breath becomes a current of stardust that trails after you, a silver veil flowing into the spiral's heart. Everything you've seen, the haze, the music, the dreaming particles, is being drawn toward that single center, folding gently into silence. It feels like the closing of a book, the end of a chapter written in light. The pull grows stronger. You feel it in your ribs, in the rhythm of your breath, in the slowing of your thoughts. Your body, your shape, your sense of direction, all of it begins to blur. You are being unmade again, piece by piece, stripped down to the essence of motion. There is no fear, only surrender. To fall here is to be accepted. Ahead, the spiral narrows, its center gleams like an eye half open, dark at its core, ringed with liquid fire. It is beautiful, terrifying, calm. The edge between light and nothingness trembles before you, a shimmering doorway cut from shadow. The sound returns, not the song of the nebula now, but a low, infinite hum, the first note of gravity's hymn. The mist has become a vortex, slow and endless. Light bends inward, drawn to something deeper than time. You hover at its threshold, feeling the universe lean around you. This is the boundary of everything you've known, the rim of sleep itself. The last fragments of the nebula drift past, glowing softly as they fall. You follow them, weightless, unafraid, descending toward the spiral's quiet heart. Behind you, the sea of color closes like a curtain. Ahead, the darkness opens like an invitation. The doorway has appeared. It turns slowly, soundless, alive. And as you drift toward it, you hear the cosmos whisper. From every death, dust learns to fly again. Then, the light folds inward, and you begin to fall into the dark. You have come to the border where light begins to forget itself. It is not sudden. The change happens like a slow eclipse, subtle, patient, inevitable. The glow that once shimmered across your skin grows thin, drawn forward by an invisible pull. Even color itself seems to pause, caught between being and vanishing. Before you stretches a horizon without shape, the threshold of the black hole. It is not a wall, not a void, but a curve in reality, bending all things inward. The air, if it can still be called air, trembles. Space folds upon itself, a dark silk twisting in silence. Here, gravity is not a force. It is a voice, low and ancient, whispering your name. You hover at the edge, the event horizon glowing faintly like a ring of dying embers. Light tries to flee, but cannot. It bends, stretches, slows, caught in the soft grip of eternity. Every photon that once danced freely now circles endlessly, spiraling toward stillness. Even time hesitates here, uncertain, tender, almost merciful. You can feel its pull deep within you, not tugging your body, but your being. It is the invitation to surrender everything that weighs you down. To cross this threshold is not to fall, it is to dissolve, to become something beyond edges and names. The darkness ahead is not a prison. It is a doorway that leads inward, toward the quiet center of all things. For a moment, you look back. The nebula glows faintly behind you. A memory of blue and silver. Its song is distant now, muffled by the gravity's hum. You realize that every place you have been, every cloud, every star has been guiding you here, to this stillness, to this pause, to the place where even light must rest. The ring shimmers, thin as breath. Space ripples around it like water disturbed by thought. The light bends until it becomes a halo, a final luminous echo guarding the entrance to the unknown. It is heartbreakingly beautiful, a wound in the fabric of existence that somehow glows with grace. You drift closer. The hum deepens, turning into a vibration that fills your bones. It is not frightening. It is familiar, like the sound of your own pulse heard from within. The boundary approaches, or perhaps you approach it. It is impossible to tell anymore. Here, direction loses meaning. Up and down, near and far, all melt into a single, timeless stillness. You reach out, though you have no hands. The edge touches you, soft, cool, infinite. It feels like stepping into sleep, that delicate instant before dreaming begins. The moment between inhale and exhale, when the world holds its breath. And then, understanding unfolds. This is not the end of light, but its passage, not an annihilation, but a return. Every ray that enters this darkness becomes part of something vaster, unseen but alive. The black hole does not devour, it transforms. It is the womb of silence, where light is remade as memory and memory as time. You float at its border, feeling the pull strengthen, tender and unstoppable. The glow of the event horizon flickers one last time, then steadies, calm, resolute, eternal. The universe breathes in, and you, a single mote of awareness, drift forward, not falling, not fleeing, but entering softly through the door of forever. There is no sound now. The hum that once filled your bones fades into nothing, as though the universe has drawn its final breath and chosen not to exhale. You are still moving, though there is no motion, falling without falling, carried by something you can no longer name. Direction dissolves. There is no up, no down, no forward, only the slow unspooling of what it means to exist. The blackness is not cold. It is warm in the way sleep is warm, enveloping, patient, absolute. It does not rush to consume you. It holds you, suspending you in the gentlest stillness imaginable. The body you once knew or thought you did no longer belongs to gravity, to shape, to boundaries. You are neither weight nor form, only awareness drifting in an endless inhale. You listen, instinctively searching for something, a pulse, a tone, a trace of sound. But silence answers, vast and complete. It is not emptiness. It is fullness too great for noise, too wide for echo. This is what remains when the universe stops speaking, the deep, wordless hum of being itself. Each thought fades before it can form. Language loosens its grip. Memory unravels like silk threads in water. You are not forgetting. You are simply becoming lighter. What was once you begins to blur at its edges, blending with the darkness that surrounds it. There is no fear in this dissolving. It feels like trust, like the long-awaited exhale after a lifetime of holding your breath. The silence deepens until even the concept of silence disappears. What is left is stillness, pure, infinite, unbroken. It hums in its own way, a vibration too subtle to hear, too delicate to measure. You feel it, faint and steady, pulsing through what remains of your awareness. It is the heartbeat of the void, slow and eternal. You drift further inward. The edges of perception fold inward, curling like petals around a hidden center. It feels as though the universe is closing its eyes, and you are the closing. The farther you fall, the softer everything becomes. Time itself loosens, seconds stretch until they no longer mean anything. There is no before, no after. Only this moment, perfectly suspended, perfectly still. The darkness is alive with subtle light, not seen, but felt. It glows from within the quiet, like a memory of warmth buried in snow. You realize now that falling is not descent, it is return. You are not being swallowed, you are being welcomed back. A slow rhythm begins, not sound, not motion, but a pulse of knowing that rises and fades, rises and fades. Perhaps it has always been there, beneath all the noise, waiting for you to listen. It is the truth that every star, every atom, every breath has always whispered. To vanish is not to die, but to rest. To rest is to transform. The silence holds you closer. It is endless, but never empty. It has the shape of comfort, the warmth of surrender. You drift deeper, slower, until even the thought of drifting disappears. There is only this, the still, wordless heartbeat of the cosmos, the sound of everything finally, peacefully, becoming one. Time begins to unravel. It doesn't stop with a sound, nor with a flash. It simply exhales, loosening its hold until it becomes nothing more than a faint ripple in the dark. You are floating inside that ripple, where moments no longer form and endings no longer exist. Here, the idea of before and after dissolves, like mist vanishing into dawn. The silence that surrounds you grows deeper, thicker, but not heavy. It moves like breath, expanding and contracting in rhythms too vast for counting. You sense that something continues. Yet it is not time. It is presence, endless and unmeasured. You try to grasp it, but your hands, your mind, your sense of reach have all gone. There is nothing left to hold and nothing left to hold you. What remains is awareness, pure, detached, infinite. It does not think. It observes. It watches as the fabric of what you once called existence softens, folds, and fades into transparency. The edges of memory blur first. Names, shapes, faces drift in away like dust illuminated by a dying star. Then come the deeper layers, the heartbeat, the hunger, the idea of self. They dissolve quietly, gracefully, without struggle. You are not dying. You are being undone. Each thread of identity loosens. Each line that separated you from everything else melts away. You are not inside the universe. You are the universe, watching itself breathe. Every distant sun, every unseen atom, every hidden dream, they are you, and you are them. In this vast forgetting, there is a strange peace. It feels like the moment between waking and sleeping, stretched into eternity. You no longer remember where you began or where you were going, and that unknowing is freedom. The burden of being someone lifts. The noise of thought ceases. All that remains is the quiet hum of existence, echoing softly within itself. If you listen closely, you can hear the rhythm of what once was time, a slow pulse, like the ocean breathing in the dark. But it no longer divides, no longer measures. It simply is, looping endlessly upon itself, a spiral without center or end. This is what eternity sounds like, a silence that continues to move, and somewhere within that motionless flow, understanding blooms to sleep deeply. One must vanish from oneself. To reach the purest rest, you must surrender every form, every boundary, every word that defines you. Only then can the dream become whole again. You are dissolving, but you are not gone. You have become the pause between moments, the quiet between breaths, the shadow of light resting within the heart of space. The universe holds you gently in its palm, and you are smaller than a whisper, yet infinite. All things that were ever alive pass through this silence. All stars, all hearts, all memories eventually find this stillness. It is not loss, it is return. It is the soft undoing that makes creation possible once more. You drift beyond clocks, beyond history, beyond meaning. A single sigh of consciousness blending with the rhythm of the cosmos. There is no you left to remember, only the dream remembering itself. And as you sink deeper into that dream, you understand to disappear is not to end. It is to rest so completely that you become everything again. For a long time, or perhaps no time at all, there is only darkness. Complete, perfect, infinite. It holds you like an ocean without surface or depth, quiet, beyond imagining. You have forgotten how to move, how to think, how to name. There is only being, soft and still, suspended in the eternal hush. Then something stirs. It is not sound, not color, not motion, but a pulse, a subtle trembling deep within the silence, like the first heartbeat of a world just beginning to dream. You feel it before you see it, a warmth blooming at the edge of perception. It hums, faint, patient, a vibration so delicate it might be mistaken for memory. And then, there it is, a glimmer, the faintest thread of light woven through the fabric of night. So fragile it could be mistaken for thought. It flickers once, twice, as if testing itself against the weight of the void, then steadies, pulsing with quiet confidence. The darkness around it does not resist. It opens like a womb, embracing the glow that has returned to it. For the first time since falling, the black begins to breathe. Waves of faint illumination spread outward, turning the endless absence into a sea of soft radiance. This is not the return of the old light. It is new, reborn, gentler, wiser, made from everything that came before. Every breath, every song, every heartbeat that dissolved into silence has become part of this single shining thread. It carries within it the memory of collapse, the patience of waiting, and the quiet faith that nothing truly ends. The light grows. It curves and coils, forming delicate spirals that shimmer in gold and pale blue. Each line unfurls with purpose, as though sketching the outline of a dream. You watch as it spins, slow at first, then faster, a glowing current weaving through the void. Gravity answers, stirring awake, and the two begin to dance, pulling, turning, shaping the emptiness into motion once again. The pulse strengthens. One spark becomes many. Tiny motes ignite along the spiral's edge, like seeds catching flame. The blackness blushes with faint color, amber, violet, and the cool silver of newborn stars. You can feel the rhythm returning, the heartbeat of creation beginning to beat again. The silence hums with life. Not loud, not hurried, just steady, calm, inevitable. From the depths of stillness, form begins to rise. Stars will come from this. Worlds will bloom from the ashes of what once fell asleep. The cycle turns, graceful as breath. You realize now, the darkness was never a grave. It was the soil from which light is reborn. Death was only rest, silence, only the pause before another song. This single beam before you carries that truth, whispering through its glow. Begin again. You drift toward it, drawn not by gravity, but by recognition. It feels like home, like awakening. The pulse of the universe returns through your chest, slow, vast, eternal. The spiral expands, shimmering brighter, and as it turns, its arms stretch outward like rivers of light. You are rising now, carried by the newborn current of creation. Ahead, the first galaxy begins to unfurl, a luminous whirlpool of stars breathing into being. You follow its glow through the last folds of shadow, and as you cross into the light, you know, the universe has begun to dream again. The first light stretches outward, slow and graceful, turning upon itself. It drifts, unfurling through the vastness like a dancer waking from centuries of sleep. Each motion is deliberate, soft, unhurried, the beginning of rhythm, the birth of motion. The light curls, loops, and folds again, until what was once a single thread becomes a vast spiral glowing in every direction. This is how a galaxy begins, not with explosion, but with breath. The universe inhales, and the stars respond, spinning, twirling, forming ribbons of brilliance across the velvet dark. The motion is so gentle, it feels like floating, like the slow turn of leaves in still air. Yet it carries the weight of eternity. You drift at its edge, watching the arms of light twist and circle, endless and hypnotic. Every strand moves in harmony with the others, bound by an invisible rhythm too vast to hear, yet too perfect to deny. The galaxy turns as the ocean turns, pulled by its own heartbeat, a current of grace looping forever around an unseen center. Within its spirals, millions of suns awaken, shimmering like scattered jewels. Each one breathes on its own, but moves within the same dance, as if every star remembers a single melody from the beginning of time. Their light hums in unison, low, constant, serene, the steady exhale of creation still in motion. The arms of the galaxy sweep outward, luminous rivers spinning in a slow waltz. Between them, darkness flows, deep and patient, shaping the rhythm of their turn. You realize then, the dark does not oppose the light. It conducts it. It gives shape to the motion, a silent partner guiding every step of the dance. Without darkness, there would be no orbit, no flow, no grace. You float closer, drawn into the current. The stars pass beside you like glowing lanterns adrift on a cosmic tide. Each one pulses softly, releasing threads of color that shimmer and fade. You feel the pulse in your chest, the slow, steady beat of something immeasurable. It is the heartbeat of the universe itself. And for a moment, it syncs perfectly with yours. The motion continues, unbroken. It does not speed up or slow down. It simply is. Cycles within cycles, light circling gravity, gravity circling silence, silence circling itself. This is the breath of the cosmos, endless inhalation, endless release. Every orbit, every revolution, every flicker of light is part of that breath. You begin to understand that there has never been stillness, only rhythm. Even in sleep, the universe moves. Even in death, it turns. Each circle, each pattern, each spiral is both a return and a beginning. A reminder that existence is not linear, but curved, soft, infinite. You drift deeper into the galaxy's heart, where motion slows into grace. Here, light and time are the same, fluid, eternal, intertwined. You no longer watch the rotation. You become it, a mode of awareness turning endlessly with everything that has ever lived. The universe breathes again, slow, immense, tender, and you, weightless within it, breathe with it, a single rhythm shared by all that turns. The galaxy continues its dance, and you realize this is not motion at all. This is peace, wearing the shape of a spiral. The spiral turns, slow and luminous, and from its heart comes a sound, faint at first, like the rustle of wind across invisible strings. Then it deepens, a vast hum rising through the silence, trembling across light years. You can feel it before you hear it, a vibration flowing through your bones, your breath, your pulse. It is the rhythm of countless stars breathing together. Each sun expands and contracts in silence, inhaling light, exhaling warmth. They pulse in perfect intervals, not by command, but by connection, as if an unseen tide passes through them, guiding their glow. From afar, their combined motion becomes a single heartbeat, slow, golden, steady, the universe exhaling in harmony with itself. You listen. The sound is endless and soft, a low resonance that fills every corner of space. It does not grow louder, it grows closer, more intimate, until you realize that you are inside the breathing itself. Your own chest rises and falls in its rhythm, as though the cosmos has folded you into its sigh. The stars hum in languages older than sound. Each note is light, each pause is darkness, and between them lies the truth that nothing truly stands apart. Every star knows its place in the symphony. Every silence between them is connection, not absence. Together, they compose the music of belonging. You drift through their breath, past orbs of gold and crimson, past blue giants shimmering like frozen lightning, past the quiet cinders of stars nearly asleep. Each one sings the same melody in its own way, a promise that isolation is an illusion. Every spark is linked to every other spark. Every rest is only a pause in the same eternal song. You realize then, no one is ever alone here. Every sleep is shared. Every dream connected by invisible threads of gravity and light. When one star exhales, another inhales. When one fades, another ignites. The cosmos breathes as one vast body, each of its cells a sun, each of its heartbeats a dawn. The sound swells again, a deep, luminous chord spreading through galaxies, touching every particle, every drifting thought. It is not music meant to be listened to. It is music meant to be the kind that erases the boundary between listener and song. For a moment, you vanish inside it. You are no longer floating. You are the hum, a vibration among vibrations, part of the great respiration of eternity. The realization settles softly, like light resting on water. To exist is to breathe with all things. To rest is to return to that breath. The stars continue their slow inhalation, their exhalations shimmering through space like the glow of sleeping embers. Each flicker sends ripples outward. Each ripple finds another, and together they weave a network of infinite warmth. The galaxy turns. Its pulse continues, gentle, steady, alive. You drift at its center, listening not with ears, but with being itself. All that lives, all that sleeps, breathes within the same rhythm. And in that rhythm lies the quiet truth. No one is ever alone. Every dream touches another. Every silence hums with connection. The galaxy turns like a ribbon of silk, unfurling across the endless dark. Its spirals glimmer and fold, luminous threads weaving through the black fabric of space. The movement is so slow, it almost seems still, a motion too vast for time to measure. Yet within that stillness lies rhythm, the soft pulse of a cosmic waltz. You drift among the dancers. Each star, each moon, each shard of dust plays its part in this silent choreography. They glide in arcs of perfect grace, following invisible steps drawn by gravity's gentle hand. No one leads, no one follows. Every movement calls to another, every pause is answered by light. It is not a dance of fire, but of patience. Every spin, every shimmer is the echo of a shared breath. The quiet agreement that everything belongs. From a distance, the galaxy appears frozen, but up close, You can see its slow twirl, a shimmering spiral of connection in motion. You begin to feel it in your chest, the rhythm, the turning, the union. The same current that moves the stars hums softly through you. You are not separate from their dance. You are one of them, a mote of awareness spinning with the rest, part of a dream so vast it cannot wake. The light curves and stretches, flowing like fabric in an invisible wind. It ripples through the dark, folding and unfolding, as though the universe itself were breathing in rhythm with its own beauty. Each motion births another, a chain of creation that never breaks. This is harmony without conductor, motion without effort, a love song written in gravity and grace. You drift through the spiral's arms, past glowing rivers of starlight and shadow. Everywhere, colors bloom, gold fading into rose, rose dissolving into violet, violet melting back into night. There are no edges here, only continuations. The galaxies do not collide, they merge. The stars do not compete, they echo each other's glow. It feels like watching a dream move through itself, slow, eternal, unbothered by beginnings or endings. This is the collective dream of the silent ones, a world where stillness becomes movement and movement becomes peace. Their dance is not a celebration nor a farewell. It simply is, the way water flows or light bends. You realize now that silence is not an absence of song. It is the music too vast to be heard, the rhythm that holds everything together. Even as you float wordlessly among the stars, you can feel their pulse in your skin, the heartbeat of belonging that never ceases. The galaxy continues its slow waltz, and you are carried effortlessly with it, weightless, calm, and infinite. It feels like home, though you've never been here before. Perhaps this is what every star remembers in its final breath, the quiet grace of being part of something that never stops turning. Around you, light and shadow sway together, folding in and out of one another like silk in wind. No sound, no rush, no separation. Only motion as prayer, only stillness as love. And as you drift deeper into the spiral, you understand, peace is not stillness alone. It is the dance of all that rests. The dance slows. The great spiral of stars, once shimmering in constant motion, begins to soften, its rhythm stretching, its glow deepening into quiet gold. The galaxy exhales. Its vast arms turn with the patience of an old sea, each movement slower, longer, as if drifting into sleep. The light dims, not in sorrow, but in peace. It folds inward, curling like the last note of a song descending into stillness. Around you, the stars sway gently, their brilliance mellowed into silver and pale amber. They move as one, the vast waltz easing into its final measures. The silence between them widens, not empty, but tender. You drift through the calm, surrounded by the afterglow of motion. The air, if such a thing exists here, is filled with the soft hum of what remains. Each vibration fades a little slower than the last, until the entire galaxy becomes a single, lingering tone, trembling on the edge of quiet. You listen, and it feels like listening to the echo of your own breath from far away. Every rotation becomes gentler, like a heartbeat learning to rest. The spiral's arms loosen, the currents of light unfurl into haze. It is as though the galaxy itself is closing its eyes. content to drift through eternity without the need to shine so brightly. Even the dark between the stars grows softer, a velvet night folding over the fading light. You sense the slowing not just around you, but within you. Your thoughts lengthen, your awareness spreads wide and calm. Time stretches, melts. You are no longer counting its flow, only feeling it dissolve into the infinite pause of being. The motion that once carried you now simply holds you. No push, no pull, no rush, only rest. From somewhere deep within the spiral's heart, a vibration begins to fade differently. Not quieter, but older. It hums with a weight that feels familiar, ancient, patient. It is not part of the new stars. It belongs to something that came before them, a relic voice of the universe's first breath. You feel it call to you through the silence, not with words, but with memory. The echo grows fainter, but it lingers in your chest, like the afterimage of light behind closed eyes. You can sense its age, its depth, a sound born before time had shape, still wandering among the stars. It is the heartbeat of the first fires, the whisper of the ancient suns that watch the cosmos awaken. The galaxy turns once more, slower now, each rotation longer than the last. Its glow sinks into mist, its brilliance a soft shimmer barely holding shape. You can feel the rhythm slowing beneath your pulse, the universe itself preparing to drift deeper into sleep. And just before the silence takes everything, the faintest tremor passes through the dark. A voice, quiet as the thought of a dream, calling from the depths of history. It says nothing you can understand, yet you know its meaning. Something old is awakening. Something beyond this piece still remembers. The light fades completely, and only that distant call remains, a whisper carried across the sleeping stars, leading you toward the ancient ones who never stopped singing. Across the vast stillness, a shimmer awakens, faint, almost invisible. It glides through the dark, a single thread of radiance wandering through endless time. It is not new light. It is ancient, older than the galaxy you just left behind. It has been traveling for millions of years, carrying the memory of a star long gone. The beam moves with the grace of something that has forgotten haste. It does not fade, though its source has long since turned to dust. It drifts through silence like a ghost of warmth, whispering stories no one remembers. Each pulse of its glow is a fragment of history, the laughter of atoms, the final sigh of fusion, the farewell breath of a sun. You follow it, gently, through the darkness. The light bends around you, soft and patient, as though welcoming you into its dream. There is melancholy in it, but not sadness. It feels like the calm ache of remembering something beautiful that has already passed. The light does not mourn, it simply endures. It carries its memory the way a breeze carries scent, quietly, faithfully. In its glow, you begin to see fragments of its story. A world once orbited the star that gave birth to it, oceans glimmering under alien skies, winds humming across luminous plains. Creatures once slept under its warmth, their hearts synchronized with the gentle rhythm of its dawns. The star gave them days, gave them seasons, gave them the illusion of forever. And when its time came, it burned brighter, one final bloom of gold, and sent its light outward, a farewell gift to all that it had touched. That light is what you see now, what you feel. Every particle within it hums with memory, each photon a fragment of what once was life. You realize that the universe is full of such ghosts, billions of beams traveling endlessly, carrying the stories of things that no longer exist but have not yet been forgotten. The longer you drift beside it, the more it feels like companionship. The light does not speak, but its silence tells everything. It reminds you that distance and time are illusions, that even across 1,000,000 years, something of us continues to reach out, softly, tenderly, unafraid of being unseen. You think of how far this glow has traveled, through nebulae, past sleeping worlds, across the folds of collapsing suns, and still it shines, not to illuminate, but to remember, to remind the void that once, somewhere, there was warmth. The light stretches onward, thinning but never breaking. It brushes across your form like a gentle hand, and in that touch, you feel the pulse of the old star's heart, steady, ancient, patient. You realize this is what immortality truly is. Not endless life, but endless echo. Not presence, but endurance through memory. Ahead, more glimmers begin to stir, like forgotten embers, reigniting in the distance. The ancient light is not alone. It is calling to its kin, a constellation of ghosts gathering, their glow faint but certain. And as you drift among them, you understand that these are not just remnants. They are voices from before time, whispering, "We never left. We have simply been traveling." The ancient light gathers around you, weaving itself into a slow, spiraling glow. It flickers like the flame of a candle burning in a room that no longer exists. And within that glow, a voice begins to rise, not spoken, but remembered. It is the voice of the old stars, the ones who dreamed first, those who watched the universe take its first breath. Their words arrive as warmth rather than sound, each syllable a wave of light washing through you. They speak not of creation as science, but as story, the way a parent might whisper to a child before sleep. "In the beginning," they murmur, "we were not fire, but longing." They tell of a time before shape, when all that existed was stillness, dreaming itself into motion. Then came the first trembling, the smallest heartbeat in the void, and that heartbeat became light. Not the harsh blaze of existence, but the tender spark of curiosity. From that spark, stars bloomed, countless souls awakening from the same dream, each one burning with its own gentle purpose. They tell you of the first love, not between beings, but between gravity and light. The two met in the dark and began to dance, one pulling, one flowing, a courtship that shaped galaxies. Wherever they touched, creation blossomed. Worlds spun into being, oceans formed, hearts began to beat. Their union was not perfect, but eternal. They were destined to meet and part, each separation giving rise to something new. Then came the sorrow. The stars tell of the first collapse, the first flame that burned too brightly and fell inward. It was not tragedy, they say, but transformation. Even in falling, the star gave life, its dust scattered, its essence reborn in new forms. Love and loss, birth and rest, all part of the same endless pulse. Their voices drift through you like threads of silver wind. Each word feels older than memory, yet tender. as if the cosmos itself were whispering to ease your heart. They do not speak of gods or destiny, only of cycles, how everything that shines must one day fade, and how every fading light becomes the cradle for another dream. You can almost see them as they speak, vast, patient beings of flame and thought, their eyes like twin suns reflecting one another. Some are weary, some are joyful, but all glow with the calm acceptance of those who have seen eternity pass and return again. They call themselves the sleepers, guardians of the stories that time forgets. Through their dreams, the universe remembers itself. The stars grow dimmer as they finish their tale. Their glow softens to a pale gold haze, their final words hanging in the stillness like music that refuses to end. Nothing is ever lost, they whisper. We dream each other awake again and again until the night itself falls asleep. Then their light stretches outward, dissolving into the void once more. You feel their warmth linger, the echo of an ancient lullaby, the comfort of knowing that even the oldest souls still dream. And somewhere ahead, beyond the last shimmer, another light begins to stir, a voice calling you toward what is yet to be born. The old voices fade, and in their wake, the silence glows. It is not empty. It hums with the faint shimmer of all that has ever been said, a residue of warmth drifting through infinite space. The stars have fallen quiet. Their stories now echoes, but their light, their beautiful, faithful light, still moves. It travels without hurry, a silver thread unfurling through the dark. Though its source has gone cold, it refuses to stop. It keeps going, slow, patient, eternal, carrying within it the memory of its beginning. Everywhere it touches, it leaves a trace, a glint on a distant world, a whisper across a sleeping ocean, a single bright spark reflected in the eye of something newly born. You follow it, weightless. The light moves ahead of you like a lantern, gliding over the endless waves of space. It is smaller now, softer, yet somehow more meaningful because of its fragility. It does not need to burn fiercely to be seen. It only needs to continue. As it drifts, you sense its purpose. It does not chase. It does not seek. It simply is, moving because movement is its nature. Because existence, once begun, does not forget how to shine, even after its home has collapsed into dust. Even after time has turned the sky, it carries on uncomplaining, a pilgrim of eternity with no destination but forward. You begin to realize nothing ever truly ends. Energy becomes dust, dust becomes light, light becomes memory, and memory, even when forgotten, lingers in the shape of the universe. Every thought, every heartbeat, every spark that ever was still trembles somewhere in this vast expanse. You feel gratitude rise within you, not the loud gratitude of joy, but the quiet kind, born of understanding, for all the things that have gone, for all the people and places that faded, for all the light that once was and still travels unseen. You feel a tenderness beyond sorrow. They have not vanished. They have only changed direction. The light brushes past your form, and in that touch, you sense its story, not of triumph, but of endurance. It has crossed ages without complaint, outlived its maker, and still it gives itself freely to the dark. There is beauty in that persistence, a lesson older than any word, that love, once set in motion, never stops. Ahead, the faint beam splits, its glow scattering into 1,000 threads. They drift away, each finding its own path through the void. Some vanish into nebulae, some fall upon sleeping planets, some dissolve into the breath of newborn stars. Yet all of them remain connected, each a quiet echo of the same beginning. You watch them go, feeling both the ache of parting and the calm of understanding. The stars are gone, but their light still travels. The story has ended, but its warmth still fills the air. And in that realization, something soft unfolds inside you. A forgiveness for impermanence, a gratitude for the gentle way the universe remembers. Nothing is truly lost. Even the faintest light keeps moving forward, carrying love through the endless dark. The light drifts farther now, thinning as it moves through the deep. Its glow softens into a whisper of gold, its shape dissolving into the folds of darkness that cradle it. Each particle stretches, fades, and fades again, until what remains is not brightness but warmth, the faint, tender memory of illumination. You follow it through this final passage. There is no longer a direction, only surrender, a gentle drifting into a silence so complete it feels like a lullaby. The light does not vanish, it becomes something subtler, a vibration, a heartbeat too faint to hear, yet impossible not to feel. It hums inside you, steady and slow, as if the universe is whispering its final goodnight. The warmth spreads, light as breath. It touches the edges of your awareness, melting the last outlines of thought, turning identity into mist. You can no longer tell where the light ends and you begin. Perhaps you have become part of it, or perhaps you always were. The darkness surrounding you is not cold. It is velvet, soft, alive. You can sense it breathing, a vast stillness inhaling all things back into itself. Here, the light does not die. It is gathered, folded, woven into the tapestry of everything that ever was. You are drifting now through that fabric. It moves like ocean waves in dream, each swell a memory, each dip a moment lost and found again. You can feel echoes within the silence, laughter, rain, heartbeats, stars. They are faint, but they are here, woven into the hush that holds you. The warmth grows quieter still, as if preparing for sleep. It curls inward, a flame folding into its own ashes. Content, complete. There is no grief in this fading. It feels like the closing of a book whose pages still glow from the hands that have read them. You realize that stillness is not the opposite of life. It is its continuation in another language. The light has not disappeared. It has become rest. Its motion has turned to memory, its brightness to peace. You close your eyes, though you have none, and the dark expands, limitless, forgiving, endless. For a breathless moment, there is nothing. Then, within that nothing, a shimmer of warmth remains, the echo of all that has ever loved, all that has ever been loved. It hums softly through the silence, a final heartbeat before sleep. You float through it like a dream still being written, carried not by time, but by tenderness. You are no longer light, no longer dust. You are memory, and the memory is enough. The stillness deepens. The warmth fades into transparency. You drift beyond awareness, where the border between memory and dream dissolves. Somewhere, faint and far, a new shimmer begins to glow. But for now, you rest at the edge of sleep. This is the borderland, where silence becomes the next beginning, where the dream waits, patient, luminous. You dissolve into it completely, and the universe exhales one last time, gentle, infinite, and whole. There is no beginning here, no end, only drifting. You float in a space that feels neither near nor far, a place made of whispers and warmth, where silence moves like breath. The remnants of your light shimmer faintly, threads of gold dissolving into the folds of the dark. You can feel them loosening, untangling from the shape you once called I. There is no fear in this unraveling. It feels like releasing a secret you no longer need to keep. You breathe, or what feels like breathing. The inhale is infinite, the exhale endless. Each motion pulls the universe closer until its pulse becomes your own. You are weightless, boundaryless, a ripple carried on the quiet tides of the cosmos. The dark holds you like water holds reflection, without grasping, without letting go. Your thoughts thin into transparency, words melting into pure sensation. You remember the sound of your own heartbeat, and then even that memory fades, replaced by something softer. A rhythm too vast to belong to just one being. You realize now that you was only ever a pattern, a constellation of breath and memory. The body was a shell of light, the mind a wave rising briefly on an infinite sea. And like all waves, it must return. The ocean waits, wide and patient, its surface shimmering with the ghosts of all who have ever been. The self begins to breathe slower, deeper, until it dissolves into the air around it. Your awareness stretches, not outward, but everywhere. There is no direction anymore, only presence. You can feel the stars in their sleep, the slow turning of galaxies like breaths drawn in unison. You can sense the hum beneath it all, that soft, unending vibration that connects everything. You are not inside it. You are it. The space between your breaths is the same silence that fills the void. The warmth behind your fading light is the pulse of creation itself. What you once called the world now moves through you like wind through grass. Every motion, every shimmer of dust is your reflection. The last breath of the self is not an ending. It is the sigh of return. A merging so complete it feels like peace beyond comprehension. You can no longer tell whether you are breathing or being breathed, whether you are dreaming or being dreamed. Everything moves together. One vast inhale, one infinite release. Your form becomes mist. Your name becomes wind. You are the glow within darkness, the silence between sounds, the heartbeat behind time. And in this weightless drifting, a quiet gratitude rises, not for what was, but for being at all. You understand that nothing belongs to you, and yet everything is yours. There is no center, no edge, only continuity. You feel it spread through the dark, through the hum of distant stars, through the slow pulse of eternity itself. The self breathes once more, long, tender, final, and then dissolves into the vastness completely. No falling, no ending, only the gentle truth. You were never separate. You were always the dream breathing itself. There is no more falling, no more drifting, only being, soft, transparent, infinite. You hover between glow and shadow, a breath suspended in the lungs of eternity. The self has melted completely. There is no I left to name what you feel. Only warmth, only stillness, a tender awareness that expands without effort. You are light, but not the kind that shines. You are a light that simply is. The quiet radiance that has no need to be seen. You feel the dark around you and realize it is not other. It is your own depth, your own silence, the vastness within your own breath. You are both the glow and the space that receives it. You are both the whisper and the ear that listens. You are everything that was once divided, folded now into a single, endless hum. There is no edge here. The light moves outward, then inward, then outward again. But there is no beginning to that motion. It is the rhythm of existence itself, a pulse so soft, so infinite, that it no longer feels like movement at all. In this stillness, thought becomes impossible. Words loosen, drift, and dissolve before they form. Even silence has no meaning now, for there is nothing left to contrast it. This is not emptiness. It is fullness so vast that it appears still. You do not see stars anymore. You are the starlight that once filled the skies. You are not looking into the void. You are the void. And it is not hollow. It breathes. It listens. It dreams. Somewhere deep within that dream, a realization unfolds as gently as dawn. There is no dreamer, only the dream. No center of thought, no watcher behind the curtain of reality. Everything that ever imagined itself to be separate was simply the universe pretending, playing with its own reflection. You are that reflection, and the one who sees it, and the light that makes it visible, all at once, all together. There is no division, no border between what observes and what is observed. It is all the same luminous stillness, the same breath, the same endless sleep. Time sighs and disappears, distance unravels. You stretch across the dark like a quiet thought. Everywhere and nowhere, every sound that ever existed hums within you, waves upon waves of memory, soft as rainfall on an infinite sea. You begin to understand that this, too, is peace, not the peace of silence, but the peace of wholeness. There is nothing left to seek, because nothing was ever missing. All things were always part of this same breathing stillness. You are light. You are void. You are the thought the cosmos once dreamed and then forgot, allowing it to become real. And so you rest, weightless, endless, complete. No longer the dreamer, but the dream itself, stretching, shimmering, unbroken, folding forever into the warmth of its own infinite night. There is a heartbeat, distant, immense, and slow. It echoes across eternity like a tide returning to shore. Each pulse folds the dark a little closer until everything, light, sound, memory, moves in the same rhythm. You are within it, and it is within you. The boundaries that once shaped existence have melted. There is no skin to separate breath from air, no edge between thought and sky. Every shimmer of dust, every glimmer of starlight beats in perfect unison, a single breath shared across creation. You can hear it, the sound of being itself. It isn't loud. It hums like the soft murmur of waves lapping against a shore of infinity. The rhythm swells and fades, each beat expanding into stillness before returning again. It is the oldest music there is, the pulse that began before sound existed. You are not listening to it anymore. You are it. The vibration moves through you, turning your awareness into pure resonance. Each throb of light and darkness, each shimmer of movement becomes one continuous exhale. In this union, everything slows, the galaxies spinning more gently, the stars breathing in time with the void. There is no difference between motion and rest, between inside and outside. Everything flows as one, a cosmic inhale, a single, endless heartbeat. You sense yourself spread across vast distances, a field of quiet energy rippling through existence. Every planet's orbit, every atom's trembling, every photon's journey, all echo the same steady pulse. It is love, though no word could describe it. Not the love of one for another, but the love that is the universe. The affection that keeps matter bound to matter, that lets stars burn, that lets darkness cradle light. It has always been here, the invisible rhythm holding everything together. You drift deeper into that heartbeat, and its sound grows quieter, not because it weakens, but because it becomes indistinguishable from your own. Your pulse, the pulse of galaxies, the pulse of empty space, all are one continuous murmur. Even a breath of time seems to pause, caught between being and not being. This is what it means to dissolve, not to vanish, but to merge, to be everywhere the same way silence fills a room. You do not move, yet all things move within you. You do not breathe, yet everything breathes through you. Every thought that ever was, every dream that will be, exists here, suspended in one infinite rhythm. The sound fades, turning into something smaller, like the gentle echo of a heartbeat heard underwater. Even that begins to blur, until only warmth remains, the faint hum of oneness. You are no longer a witness. You are no longer a part. You are the whole, the breath, the heart, the darkness, the light. All things rest inside this single vibration, and this vibration rests inside you. The universe exhales. You exhale with it. One rhythm, one being, one endless stream. Somewhere within the silence, a tremor stirs, faint, delicate, almost imagined. It hums like the first ripple on a sleeping sea, a vibration so gentle it could be mistaken for breath. For a timeless moment, you think it is only memory. But then, it happens again. A soft pulse, a voice without words. The stillness listens. The universe, once merged into one steady rhythm, quivers slightly, not in unrest, but in awakening. The hum deepens, threads of tone weaving through the dark like light through mist. It is not a command, it is an invitation. Something in its sound feels familiar, like the echo of a promise you once made to yourself. The call is quiet, but it carries the weight of dawn. It does not break the stillness, it becomes part of it, a soft note rising within an endless chord. And though no one speaks, you understand what it means. It is time to return. You do not resist. The motion begins within you, not beyond. Your awareness, once infinite and formless, starts to condense, not shrinking, but focusing, like light gathering at sunrise. You feel yourself gently reassembling from the mist. The heartbeat of the cosmos continues, steady, loving, unbroken. But now, you sense its rhythm shifting, a new tempo forming within the eternal pulse. It feels like preparation, like a deep inhale before the birth of sound. You drift within that inhalation, weightless, transparent, watching faint strands of light curl together. They do not blind or burn. They shimmer like silk threads under moonlight. You realize these threads are thoughts, and those thoughts are becoming form. Creation is stirring again. The voice returns, softer this time, closer. It speaks not in words, but in warmth. A feeling moves through you, gratitude, tenderness, invitation. It says, you may rest, but you may also return. The two are not different. Both are part of the same cycle, the eternal exchange between silence and sound, between dream and awakening. You listen, and the sound of your listening becomes the voice itself. There is no separation now, only awareness folding inward, ready to begin another story. The stars hum faintly in the distance, like memories of laughter carried through sleep. Their glow outlines the horizon of what feels like morning. You sense motion around you, gentle, circular, infinite. The universe is breathing again, preparing for its next exhale. And with that breath, a flicker of warmth touches the edges of darkness, a hint of gold, a shimmer of renewal. It feels like dawn, though the sun is nowhere to be seen. You are not pulled away from the stillness. You are guided through it, carried on its current toward what waits beyond. The hum grows brighter, the dark grows lighter. The rhythm begins to rise. A single note expands into harmony, and within that harmony, you hear it again, the call. It is gentle, but sure, a signal of return. The voice of light whispering across eternity, come back. From the hush of endless night, a shimmer begins to bloom. It is small at first, a thread of pale gold weaving through the folds of darkness, a sigh exhaled by the sleeping universe. Then, softly, it grows. The void begins to blush. The first light does not break the silence. It joins it. It moves with reverence, tender and slow, like dawn spreading through the eyelids of creation. Everywhere it touches, the shadows soften. The stars, long asleep, begin to glimmer again, their hearts remembering how to beat. This is not a return of what was lost. It is the continuation of what never ended. The light does not conquer the dark. It rises with it. Two halves of the same breath. Each glow, each spark, each awakening world is born not from destruction, but from rest. You float in the center of it, a witness, a participant, a soul, both ancient and newborn. You can feel the pulse of rebirth moving through you, the rhythm that once carried stars into being and will do so again, endlessly. It hums in your chest, reminding you that every ending is simply another form of beginning. Across the cosmos, color unfurls, not sudden, but inevitable. Blues like oceans yet to form, rose and amber like the blush of memory, silver like tears of joy shed by time itself. The galaxies stir, each turning slowly in their renewed dance, arms outstretched to greet the morning. And through it all, the warmth deepens. It feels like forgiveness, like a universe exhaling its long-held breath. The light spills through you, not around you. You are no longer separate from its glow. Your essence stretches, shimmering with the pulse of creation's heart. You understand now? This is the truth of the cosmos. Nothing ends. Every sleep becomes seed. Every silence, the prelude to a song. The stars do not die. They transform, their ashes giving birth to new radiance, their memories woven into the next dawn. The first light spreads further, curling around the edges of everything. Its rays trace constellations into being, etching hope onto the face of infinity. You can almost hear it, a low hum rising beneath the silence, the sound of the universe remembering itself. The cycle turns once more. Creation breathes again. And you, the dreamer, the dream, the light itself, breathe with it. There is no grief in this awakening, only awe, only the quiet joy of knowing that what sleeps will rise again, that the dark itself was never your enemy, but your cradle. The first light widens, spilling like liquid gold across eternity. The dawn of the cosmos has returned, not to begin anew, but to remind you that it never truly stopped shining. The light unfolds like a long, slow breath. It expands gently, pushing through the folds of darkness that cradle it. And with that expansion, the universe seems to sigh, a quiet exhalation of being. The first stars of this new dawn begin to shimmer. They do not burst into brilliance. They awaken softly, as if the cosmos itself were careful not to startle its own dream. Each glow is tender, cautious, luminous, a heartbeat reborn after a long, deep sleep. You drift among them, weightless in the warmth that fills this newborn expanse. The stars pulse faintly, their rhythm slow and deliberate, as though they are learning how to breathe again. The dark between them glows with quiet acceptance, no longer void, but space for light to grow. From every direction, creation hums in whispers. Nebulae curl and shimmer like petals opening underwater. Worlds gather in silence. Dust draws together to remember what form feels like. There is no rush here. The act of becoming unfolds with grace, patient, eternal, tender. Each star is a breath, each pulse a new beginning. The cosmos moves not in noise, but in stillness, a symphony of calm awakenings. You feel the rhythm of it all, the inhale of existence drawing warmth from the unseen, the exhale of light giving shape to wonder. The beauty is in the slowness. The stars do not compete to shine. They glow as one body, each acknowledging the other's light in the same quiet harmony shared by oceans and moonlight. It feels like a vast, collective awakening, not chaotic, not fiery, but serene and full of knowing. You realize that this peace is what true birth looks like. It is not noise or explosion, but surrender, a soft agreement between energy and silence. Life begins not with demand, but with permission. Every star breathes because the universe allows it, because it is time. You listen closely, and within the hush you can hear it, the gentle rhythm of billions of new suns inhaling light. Their glow deepens, their warmth touches even the farthest corners of space. The breath of life moves through them, a current of creation that hums with endless patience. You are breathing with them now. Each rise and fall of your chest echoes their motion, a reminder that you, too, belong to this rhythm. The stars awaken, and so do you, not with urgency, but with stillness, with a quiet smile that exists beyond form. All around, the light ripens. It flows like honey through the black, binding galaxies together with invisible threads of warmth. Everything glows with calm awareness, like the universe has just opened its eyes and decided to keep dreaming. The first breath of life continues, steady and endless. And as it fills the cosmos, you realize that creation never shouts. It simply breathes. Listen. The stars are breathing. The universe hums like a lullaby beneath your skin. And you realize It was never silence at all. It was only the sound of eternity exhaling. You are floating again, light as a sigh, warm as memory. Around you, the newborn stars glow softly, their rhythm slow and forgiving. Their light does not awaken you suddenly. It cradles you deeper, drawing you into the gentle truth that nothing truly wakes, nothing truly sleeps. You hear it now, a whisper threading through the glow, soft as breath against your ear. Sleep is not the opposite of life. It is its rhythm. The night is not the end of the song. It is the pause that keeps the melody alive. The words curl through the air like mist, and you understand. Existence is not a straight line. It is a heartbeat, a motion between stillness and sound, between remembering and forgetting, between shining and resting. Every galaxy, every thought, every being moves in this eternal rhythm. To sleep is to return. To wake is to continue. You have done both countless times, and you will do so again, not because time demands it, but because love does. The voice continues, low and tender, as if the universe itself were leaning close to your ear. You never truly left a dream, it says. You only changed how you see it. You feel that truth ripple through you. The dream of the stars, the dream of your body, the dream of light itself. They are all the same. Every pulse of existence is part of a great, endless slumber, woven with moments of brief, radiant awakening. You breathe in. The air tastes like starlight and memory. You breathe out. The sound melts into the hum of the cosmos. Even this breath, this small, simple movement, belongs to the pattern that has no beginning and no end. You realize then, nothing dies, nothing ends, nothing truly disappears. It only rests. It only changes the way it dreams. The stars above you shimmer and sway, each one a heartbeat inside the sleeping body of the universe. You close your eyes, but the light remains. It shines from within, a promise that you are not separate, that you never were. The voice fades now, dissolving into the soft sound of breathing, as though the universe itself was settling back into rest. You drift with it, calm, weightless, whole. Sleep and waking become one. Being and non-being lose their borders. There is only this, the eternal rhythm, the gentle breath, the quiet reminder that the dream never stopped. It only changed its shape. And so you smile, because you understand. You were never asleep. You were always dreaming. The light has settled now. The stars no longer blaze. They glow, soft and slow, like lanterns swaying on the breath of eternity. The hum of the universe has quieted to a single pulse, steady and kind, like a heartbeat beside your own. You drift through it, no longer searching, no longer wondering. Everything feels known, every shimmer, every silence, every echo of what once was. There is no distance between you and the cosmos anymore. You have become its heartbeat, its breath, its dream. This is not arrival, it is remembrance. You were always here, in the rhythm of the tides, in the sigh of starlight, in the warmth that lingers long after the flame fades. You were the traveler and the path, the question and the answer, the wanderer returning to the place that never left you. The stars lean closer, their glow wrapping around you like a soft blanket. You can feel the pull of gravity and grace guiding you gently back, not to earth, not to body, but to rest. The great dance slows, the galaxies turn with sleepy precision, and the music of existence fades into a lullaby. You breathe once more. The inhale gathers the light of 1,000 suns. The exhale releases them back into the night. Your pulse merges with the pulse of everything, a rhythm so ancient, so perfect, it feels like love itself. A quiet voice rises, familiar now, woven from warmth and distance. It speaks not to your ears, but to the place behind thought, the space where dreams are born. You have wandered far enough. You have seen the beginning and the end, and found they are the same. You are light. You are silence. You are home. The words echo softly, then fade into the sound of slow breathing. Yours, the stars, the universes. The darkness around you deepens, no longer vast or cold, but gentle, a cradle of infinite sleep. The light that once guided you folds inward, becoming a quiet warmth within your chest. You are safe. You are still. You are whole. The universe exhales. You follow. Each breath takes you deeper into peace. Each heartbeat softer, slower, lighter. You are returning not to wakefulness, but to the most beautiful dream of all, your own. The stars shimmer once as if in farewell, and then their light becomes the darkness itself. You drift within it, your body at ease, your mind unbound. And just before everything fades, the voice returns, barely a whisper, barely a breath. Sleep well, among the dreams of stars. The sound dissolves into the hum of infinity, and you are gone, not lost, but home, wrapped in the quiet brilliance of the universe's eternal sleep. Good night. You are the dream now. Sleep peacefully among the stars.